Hello, everybody. How are you? Serena here with Vintage Press Studios and Papercraft Socials. I am so excited. It's almost the holiday season, and today we're going to be putting together a Nutcracker accordion journal. So these are fun little journals to keep all of your favorite Christmas memorabilia in, or to make a really cool holiday gift experience. Now, whether you're doing this project with a physical kit or a digital kit, or if you plan on teaching this project, this tutorial will cover all of those different elements that we offer here at Vintage Press Studios. So real quick, the supplies that you're going to need for this project. Obviously, you're going to need the kit, whether you're printing it, you bought the physical kit, or you're teaching, you need the kit. And I'm going to be using this ribbon pack here. This is actually from Michael's, and it's a trim bundle. I love these colors. These colors are the most perfect colors for this journal. So we're going to be using this kind of like a vintage shabby chic. I'll drop the link below by the time you're watching this. Not sure if it will still be available, but nevertheless, we're using soft greens, very shabby chic colors, soft greens, light pinks, ivories, etc. We're also going to need some Velcro dots. I get these at the Dollar and Above store. No longer the dollar store, it's the Dollar and Above store. You're going to need some glue. I'm using this glue today from Tombow, a glue stick, and what I like to call my cheap ass double-sided tape. So the links for all of these products are down below. As far as the liquid glue, it doesn't really matter if you have a preference to what liquid glue you would like to use. That's fine, doesn't matter, but you will need a liquid glue for this project. So my pieces are all cut out. One thing I will also be using is some ink. Again, a link for the inking is down below, but I love, this is a brown ink. It's actually from Amazon. I love the color of it. It's perfect for this particular project. So let's get our three main pieces out. You're going to have these pieces here. And you'll see here where it says glue here, apply a front cover. So we can go ahead and apply that. It does not matter with this project right now if you score your edges now or later. We're going to go ahead and attach this, and then we'll start folding in these tabs and scoring our journal. Okay, so let me go ahead and do, now this is a method, especially if you're teaching this class through Papercraft Socials. This is a method here that, hang on here one second. My cheap ass tape just had a moment. I'm not sure what's going on there, but it got all messy. So hang on, let me get this open up. When teaching these classes in person, it can take some time for glue to dry. If you're doing this at home, this doesn't apply to you. But when you're teaching in person, it's important to find like shortcuts. And one of the shortcuts that I use teaching is by using double-sided tape and glue. So I'll show you here. I'm going to pull off the double-sided tape right there. And doing like 3 little dots of glue right here, because I feel like over time the double-sided tape is not enough to hold it, but the glue definitely is. So we're going to go ahead and take where it says glue here, apply A. This is our front cover of our accordion journal here, and get this lined up. Okay. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and start folding these little tabs in. Now, these accordion journals are one of my favorite types of projects that we do here at Vintage Press Studios. We actually have quite a few accordion style journals. I really love them because they're durable. They can hold a lot. I know that when you look at the kit, it looks confusing. It really isn't once you get the concept of them down. But they just, I don't know, they're so fun. I just love them. And they don't take up a lot of space on the bookshelf or the drawer, wherever you keep yours. Now, we are going to want to take and glue these tabs down. And for this, I generally just use, I'll just get some like paper clips out, some binder clips, something like that. And we'll just use our glue stick for that. No sense in like wasting the double-sided tape. Now, if you have the Nutcracker kit from 2024, you are going to notice that your kit is slightly different than the 2025 version. So this is the updated 2025 version. We just changed a few things in it, gave it a little, added a few more elements and took away a few things. Okay, those don't have to be perfect. They're just kind of like tack them down for right now. You can go ahead and just slide paper clips or binder clips. Some people use the really big paper clips. They're super fun. Okay, let's go ahead and get these over here. Okay, cool. All right. And it won't take long for our glue stick to get its adhesion. So, okay, there's some scoring lines that you need to be aware of. We have this score line right here. We have another one right here. So why don't we go ahead and work on those score lines here. And you can just kind of bend that. All right, look like that. And then over here, let's take these off. Okay, so we're gonna have the face where we're gonna see B and C. What we're gonna do is we're actually gonna take this and we're gonna fold it all the way over to C. And there should be a score line right there. Okay. We're going to add, on this side, we're going to add some double-sided tape, or you can add some glue. We're using a double-sided tape mainly for time purposes. Okay, and then I am going to add a little glue stick kind of in the middle there. And we're going to fold that over. Okay. There we go. Beautiful. All right. These are stuck enough. I guess you could say stuck enough. All right. Now what we want to do is line our journal. Okay. So we want to line the journal with this paper here. Now you can use any paper you want to line your journal. You can even use a plain white paper, because actually this part here, the paper is just to give the journal stability, not really for any decorative purposes at all. But being that I have like crazy wild OCD, I definitely am going to use a pattern paper. You can also, maybe you have something in your scrap box that you want to use and you want to save this cute paper for something else. That is fine as well. All right. Let's go ahead and trim this side off. My printer doesn't print to the edge, so I just like to cut those little like marks off. And we're actually going to glue this on. I am going to use double-sided tape. right. Before I peel those off, because I am using a double sided, I'm going to just kind of do this because I don't really want to get this glue on my tape. Your process on how you want to do it is fine. Of course, you could put glue on the edges as well. You don't have to use tape. But being that we are making a video tutorial, if you're teaching a class on this, please use tape. It will save you a whole lot of time. I'm telling, trust me, it'll save you some time. Okay. All right, I just want to trim it up. Make sure this paper that you're trimming, this is called junk journaling for a reason. You don't throw this paper away. I have a little container right here next to my desk where I keep scrap pieces like this to use, because you can use this for other things like tags and markers. You can make some extra folios with them, all kinds of fun. So we have the basics of our book done here. And remember, we had these fold lines right here. And we've already scored that once, and we're going to do it again because when you add the lining of the paper, that makes it a little bit thicker. Beautiful. And then we have these two score lines right here, number 1 and number 2. I feel like when you're like, it just kind of naturally wants to go on those score lines. It makes it pretty easy. That. Okay. So this part here can test your patience a little bit, but it's super fun. Okay, and about right there, you can see how we're like trying to get the tree to line up, so you can kind of see like the star, and you want to get your Velcro here. And I use 2. Do 1 there. And 1 there. And then we just kind of want to like just sort of eyeball it. It doesn't need to be perfect, you guys. This is called junk journaling. But you want to just try to get that lined up. Okay. And there we go. Ta-da. There's part 1. Okay, we're going to set this part aside for right now. And I want you guys to get out your folio pages. So these are your insert pages. And you can see how they're numbered. It doesn't actually matter the order that you're going to go in, except there is one page that doesn't have a tab at all. So we're going to set that page aside for right now. And where your tab is at right here, you're going to put double-sided tape there, or you're going to do your glue. And the way that this works, again, it doesn't matter the order. Now, I do have them in a certain order in your kit, but it doesn't matter really the order. You can do whatever, be creative, okay? But here's the thing. So the tape goes on the tab, and you can score the tab if you want to. It might make it easier when you attach, but you're going to find one of the pages, except for the one that is the double-sided. Don't, again, you see how this page doesn't have a tab? Put that aside. Okay. Now, basically, we're just going to make a big, long train of paper. Okay. You could, if you're using the tape method, you could put a little bit of glue here if you want to, just again to give it some stability. You can score that tab before or after. It doesn't matter. It's all going to come together. You'll see. Now, if you're inking your edges, if you're doing this project at home with me, most likely you want to ink your edges. If you're teaching this, a lot of times you don't have time in a class to be inking. And honestly, sometimes I don't even like bother with it because I get people who are avid scrapbookers and they're so against, I don't know what it is about scrapbookers are so against inking, but I just let them do their thing. And so I don't even bother when I'm teaching to do inking. But we're going to want to ink these edges here. Okay, so you can see we have this big long thing, right? We got this giant long piece of paper here. We're going to get our last page that has no tabs. Okay. All righty. Now, basically, we want to fold this. So see how that's got the fold on it? And the first one you do is like kind of sort of the trickiest one. And you can bring the edge of the first page to that fold. And it does help to like get the party started. Okay. So, and then we have this next one right here. Okay, you remember this from like when we were in school, you kind of did like the little like accordion folds back and forth. That's what we're going to be doing here. Now, if you find that your accordion starts to get a little bit wonky, mine's getting a little wonky right now. I'm going to take mine to the edge of the table. I'm going to score. Some of you might have scoring boards at home. That's fine. I don't typically teach with a scoring board because if you're teaching classes, you do not have those things handy. So you got to use like the edge of the table, the scissors, a pair of scissors. Okay, you want to try to get your folds to lay right because if you don't, when you put them in your book, it's going to be all kinds of wildness. Just going to kind of fold these. Okay, we'll use almost done. Okay. So now we have our thing. Like in, out, just, you know, like a typical, like we're back in kindergarten again. You can see though that my book, that clearly I was a little drunk. you can see right there that it's off a little bit. If that bothers you, you can adjust that, and you need to adjust it before you attach it to your book. You can kind of adjust it by laying it out flat. Just kind of like press it in. I'm actually quite happy with that. It's not perfect, but it's a junk journal, y'all. All right, now with the inking, my little ephemera pieces have already been inked, but I'm gonna like kind of like ink the spines up a little bit. I just feel like it like, I don't know, just gives it a little extra, like a little extra vintagey, whimsy, antique-y. I come from the faux paint world, so we're all about like, you know, fauxing things, making them faux-like. I kind of get a little crazy with my inking. Okay, put that to the side. Alrighty, we're gonna get our book out. Okay, open it up, and whoop, here we go. All right, you're gonna find the first page goes in attached right there. Okay, so the way that I like to do that is to get our double-sided tape. You hear like munching in the background. That would be my dogs. They are really quiet until I decide to record a tutorial. And then they will find every chew toy and every squeaky toy that they can find while I'm filming. Murder. Okay, we're going to take our book and on the inside of our book, over here, okay, making a mess. And we're just going to take it and there we go. And then you just kind of fold it in. And then the last page goes in right over there. Okay. Oh, you know what? Let me get almost to the good part, the decorator. I like to take my time when I decorate my journals. Okay, so this piece here is going to go, this is the edge of that piece right there, the paper insert. So put that right there. And there we go. There's our book. Oh, it's so pretty. Look at that. So pretty, right? Oh my gosh, I just love, love, love. You can see here how it looks on that side. Okay, so when it comes to decorating your journals, the first thing that I like to do, at least in this particular kit, is attach our signature pages. So these are designed to be sort of your writing journal pages. There's 4 of them. And when I design the journals, I typically design a signature page to go on the last, to go back here, right? To go on the last page. And one of the reasons for the last page is because I want the journal to be able to close like well. And sometimes if the signatures are up here, it can cause a little bit too much bulk, but these signatures are designed to be on any page. So if you want to put your signature in the middle, you can do whatever you want to with it. Does not matter. Okay, does not matter. So with our little journal here, let's go. You know what? Let me just thinking that maybe we're just going to be different this time around. Doesn't really matter. They're numbered. So we're going to start with number 1. Now, if you've noticed, my tabs for the most part are designed to fit this tape. Let me see here. You know what? I think I'm just going to do it in the middle. Okay, right on the edge. Okay, then you're going to get number 2. All right, and number 2, you have the score line right here. Your tape is right here, and you're going to put the second one in between that score line and the edge. And that way it folds without the second page getting in the way. Just it. Now, these little cards are super fun. These little signature pages, these little journal pages, it could be journal pages. You can write memories on them. Your guest list, you can put recipes on them. You can just write sweet little mementos if you're making this a gift card experience for somebody. They're your signatures. A signature just means a grouping of papers. When bookmakers in the olden days, they would just call them the signatures. Like that was the insert of the book. Now you want to make sure that when this goes down, that you have clearance over here, and you should, because it is designed to have plenty of clearance. And that is not very straight. Let's try to see if we can reposition that. OMG. Okay, good. All right, so there's our signature page right there. All right, so this particular kit, the 2025 version, let me just set this aside for 1 minute, has a couple of envelopes in it. One of them looks like this, and you see I got a little cut happy with that. It's okay. Let's go ahead and get this envelope, put this envelope together. Now, if you're teaching this class, these tabs go in, by the way. If you're teaching this class, I would recommend that they lay out their pieces first before they start attaching them to the book. There we go. These little papers, this like little writing sheets that are designed to fit inside. This folio here is also designed to fit a gift card as well. And you can see my edges, I pre-inked them before, but I'm going to add a little extra right there. Okay, so that element is done. And there's this little envelope here. And this one here, you just want to take and put a teeny tiny bit of glue. Put a teeny tiny bit of glue on the flaps, just on the bottom of the flap. Okay. And there's these three little toy soldier cards. They are designed to fit inside of this envelope here. They can also go, I think they fit, yep, they just barely fit inside of this one as well. Or you can use them throughout your journal, make tags out of them. It's whatever you want to do with them. Okay. Okay. There's another element inside of this that I want to show you guys. And you're going to see, you like how I cut this out. You're going to see a little piece. It's called a tag holder. And there's 3 pieces that go with this tag holder. Now, my double-sided tape, I'm just going to kind of trim it a little bit before, because it's a little bit wider than my tabs. So, you know what? Yeah, so let's do this. So there's a couple things you guys can do. Let's see here. That'll be good. We'll just do it this way. There's a couple of different techniques, but we're just going to do it this way. Easy peasy. Okay. Like that. I love it. Okay, now what I would do with this is where you start to make your journal come to life and to make it your own. Okay, and there's no, I can do tutorials all day long about decorating journals, but I kind of feel like that if you want to do one, I need one exactly like hers. I just think that junk journals should all be uniquely yours and uniquely original. And I love to give you some ideas. So like with this little tag holder right here, let's get out some ribbon. And I kind of like, let me separate this here. Okay, perfect. I love these dingle balls. And so look, how perfect is this? To add like some dingle balls there. You could also take some like there's this wider ribbon right here, and you could also do something like that. Or there's, in this particular one, there's some lace. You can add some lace to it as well. I think I like the lacy look here. Okay, I'm gonna get our Tombow textile glue. Works really well on like ribbons and fabrics. I also like Zip Dry is another glue that I actually really like. I'm kind of good to put that in place there. that's so pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay. And then let's do this. Let's take a little bit. Ooh, this one's pretty here. Like this ribbon here. And just like, oh my gosh, how pretty is that? All right, so we have all these different little elements. We're gonna go back to this envelope here and Velcro dot on it. Perfect. And little cards in here. There we go. And then something you can do too is like I normally, this is like a plain, the backing on it is plain. And so I will just take it and add it to the journal like that. And let's go ahead and do that. Not sure what's going on there. That double-sided tape had like an overlap to it. There we go. Okay. And let's go on the back page. And there's some other little elements in the kit. Right? Some other little elements, and you can take those and just kind of like add them, decorate them, add, you know, just take and make it yours. So here's what you're going to do now is what I would suggest doing. There's tags inside of this kit. These tags can be folded so that they're double-sided. Snap here, tie some ribbon around them, or you can cut them in half and double the pleasure, right? So double trouble. I happen to like the double-sided tags. You could also leave them if you want a little card experience, but they are intended to be double-sided, glued together, whole. And let's get a little ribbon here. And let me show you a little, fold the ribbon in half. And through the loop, push these through the loop. And then that way your ribbons don't come untied. I love the little bow look of ribbons, but they come untied and then they start to become a junk journal headache, right? So you have a bunch of these folios here. And I would recommend that you just go through your journal and start laying, don't glue anything just yet, but start laying out how you want your journal to look and what elements you want each page to have. So you can do that. And then you can double up your, so let's say you could do a double decker. You can do a double decker there if you want to. That's good. That one. You may have more folios than you have pages. There's nothing wrong with that. I like to put in extras. You can also put your folios in sideways so that, so here, like you can go sideways so that your papers can go in sideways if you'd like to. I like that. And let's see. Ooh, that's super fun. Okay. Like another one there. Got this big one. I can use this big one right here. And then those ones like sort of like right there. So you will get your pages sort of lined up how you want them to, and then you'll just add in your little ephemera pieces, your little fussy cuts, and even have your journal pages here. You can attach this directly to the page, or you can put them, use them as tags. You can make little dangles. Dangles are where you double up a tag and you have two tags, and then you add a little clip art to it and makes like a little dangle or a charm. I call them dangles. That's what we call them here at BPS, is dangles. So now is the fun part, to start creating and bringing your journal together. From having all these pieces out to a completed, beautiful folio. Like, is that not the cutest thing ever? So anyways, let's go ahead and open it up and let's take a look at what we have inside. So here we put our little tag holder that we made with our little ribbon, and I attached that to the first page. We have our little journal page right here, and I added one of our little stamps there. Inside this pocket, I have the envelope and tied a little piece of organza ribbon on it. And our double-sided tags here. Now, remember, you can keep all sorts of pieces of paper and ephemera and receipts and tickets, movie tickets, this holiday shows, the Nutcracker tickets maybe. There's a little card inside of here. Again, another tag and another little postage stamp that you could actually attach to one of the pages if you would like. Beautiful tag. I just love these. I almost like feel like I can hang those on the Christmas tree. And then our signature pages here. And then in the back of our signature page, I put a little journal so we can keep the writing going, keep those recipes, those little special moments. More tags, another card right there, and a little toy soldier there. And then this page I actually took and I kind of like layered the pockets. So you can see that I put a pocket in sideways and I put a pocket down this way. And another little tag there. And some more tags there. Some little like fussy cuts. And then over here are a little cute little envelope. Made a little dangle with this one here. And more tags. And of course, these stamps could be put anywhere as well. So here is our fabulous completed journal. Now, I will let you know that there was a couple folio pages like left over, and you will have some leftover pages. Remember, these journals are designed to be your special little amazing little holiday keeper. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed this project, and I can't wait to see what you create. Thanks so much.